So I found out that despite having a great microphone, only one of these computers and only one fucking phantom power supply still works. I don't know why. I think there's something wrong between these fucking newer products and this Audio-Technica microphone. It's still producing this clearly defined high-pitched noise. The only thing that works, though, is this one that connects with the USB as its power supply instead of a 48-volt AC adapter. I don't fucking know why. But here I am. What you're hearing is being recorded on another computer while I'm recording it off of the gaming PC. So, the last time we talked about this, it was all the way back in May, and since I heard there's probably another installment, and yet again I keep fucking myself up by putting shit off until, oh hey, they have another one, so you better read those. Fuck, I got a couple of hours to burn. So, let's see if we can get this shit going. We shall continue off at the last point that we did, which was all the way back in April, and I posted it in May. So yeah. Thankfully the data is saved on the Steam cloud, so all's well, right? I read through the new tips, right? I think I did. Alright. Let's continue on the tale of Shion Zonozaki. Yeah, I think which was pretty much just a retelling of one of the previous story arcs that we covered. So, let's pick this shit up. President, if you would. For a moment I forgot the class president was me. All rise. Looks like you didn't get enough sleep. Oh, so they managed to keep all the settings that I previously had. Okay. That'll work. I know it's been very hot at night lately, but try to get as much sleep as you can. Alright, everyone. Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure this place can be called a school, because there are so many different age groups. Yeah, we know. All of the people ended up going to school in this one building because they're a very small fucking village. Because there's so many different age groups, it's like a kindergarten and elementary school blended together. Since I heard already about what this place was, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't too difficult to act like me on here. Okay, we're still Shion. And there's still Satoshi, who still looks rather exhausted. And sad. I said hi to him, but he ignored me. Since I knew what he'd been going through, his pain looks apparent to me. I was interested in another person in this classroom. Satoko, Satoshi-kun's little sister. She looked as worn out as Satoshi, emotionless, like an abandoned doll. Well, a little unnerving, but then again, I'm rusty. Everybody in this room was aware of their circumstances, but no one could ever do anything for them. Well, not in this series. So they just acted as though nothing was wrong. Mia will only let me have this one day. If I slack off even a little bit, today would be over with quickly. I had to figure out what I should do in this limited time. I should probably talk to Satoshi. About what, though? Anything goes. Cheer him up. Sympathize with him. Anything will do. More than anything, I just wanted to chat with him. However, Sis told me that she says, Satoshi didn't communicate much with her lately, and had to distance himself from her. I shouldn't talk to him too casually. I wanted to, but maybe it was better to leave him alone. I needed to keep Sis's warnings in mind. Instead, though, I decided to ignore him. Dumbass. I looked for him during lunch break. He was walking around as if looking for a place where he could be alone. I caught him in the hallway. Satoshi? He turned around, startled by my voice. Facial expression surprised me. Scowling, a clear sign of rejection. But I couldn't hesitate. I'd lose my own chance if I did. Hey, how are you? He gave me a look as if saying, do I look fine to you? And I probably would say the same thing too. I never expected to see an expression like that on his face. I feel like my heart was being torn into pieces. As I looked down, he spoke to me. I felt a little glad, but the next thing he said, it definitely changed that. Saying, I'm fine. Is there anything else? I'll get going if there isn't, because I want to be alone. Okay, I guess you're tired from work. I'm sure you want some time to yourself. You're working today too, right? Where at? Since I found several jobs for him, worked a few different places, and was helping out when necessary at any of the shops Mion introduced him to. As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks in different environments almost every time. On top of that, he asked for high-paying jobs because he wanted a large sum of money as soon as possible. In other words, he chose to mostly do manual labor. He was exhausted every day because he wasn't that physically strong. Doesn't matter, shouldn't you know, you helped me get the job. Oh yeah, Mion did help him. Yet Satoshi didn't look thankful for that opportunity. It wasn't liking him at all. Made me feel sad. You're right. Sorry. Is that all? He sounded harsh. Why was he being like that? Would he ever stroke my head again? Oh, I couldn't just help my tears. They flowered onto my cheeks. Satoshi looked confused for a moment, but then he frowned. Sorry. The coach said he wants you to come back to practice. I told him I quit. I won't be going back. But maybe it's a good idea to work out from time to time. You know? Not interested. I didn't know why he was being so hostile towards me. Why did he hate me so much? I was left bewildered. Why? How come? Because I'm busy with work. Isn't it obvious? No, I didn't mean that. Why do you hate me so much? Why don't you ask yourself? Ask myself? What? What did I do? I don't understand, Satoshi. I couldn't control my emotions any longer. Streaks of tears ran down my cheeks. Satoshi gave me a hateful glare and just walked away without a word. I couldn't even stop him. If I tried, he'd hurt me again with another cutting remark. I couldn't bear that, so I just watched him walk away. I wiped my tears and went back to the classroom. I heard somebody crying from inside. Wonder what's going on. I looked around the room to see. It was Satoko. I saw her bento box on the floor. I asked one of her classmates what happened, and it seemed Satoko had bumped into somebody's shoulder when she stood up to go wash the box out. That was all. But Satoko was crying as if afraid she was going to be cheated badly. I don't know what that word is. I guess scolded? Might as well go with scolded. She'd probably be afraid of that. What happened was very minor. She could pick up the bento box and things would be fine. But it looked like the lid came a little loose and it was definitely fixable. She didn't have to cry like that. But Satoko started begging through her tears. Help me, Nini. I'm not good. Because of what happened with Satoshi, I couldn't suppress my emotions anymore. Or very well now. So, she blew up. I stormed up to Satoko and elbowing her classmates aside. I grabbed her by the head and threw her to the wall. She screamed. She didn't seem to understand what was happening. She was shedding tears, shivering. She must be wondering why I just did that. Do you know why? Help, Nini! She cried for her brother's help again, and so I grabbed her by the head and threw her again. Oh, fuck. Satoko stumbled and crashed into a desk. The desk fell, and the contents of the drawer scattered about. She didn't even stand up. She just crouched her head, trembling while looking up at me. Help, Nini! If you weren't like that, Satoshi wouldn't have to suffer. Don't you get it? That's what I wanted to say, but I was too angry. So I picked up a bunch of textbooks from the floor and threw them at her fucking face. Cry as much as you want, but nothing's going to change. Why are you crying? Because you think somebody's going to help you? You don't have any idea what he has going through to protect you, don't you? You understand that shit? Understand what you're doing? Shouldn't exist. Die if you don't want to suffer. Go fuck yourself. Oh shit. This is almost borderline Yuri outbreak. Or borderline Yuri outburst. Stop hurting him! You deserve to die alone! You deserve to fucking die!
If you're this unhappy, then get the hell out of here! Find a dark hole to crawl into and die!
She continues to cry for her Nini. The desperate cries only increased my irritation. Stop crying! No, wait.
Stop whining!
Don't call your brother for help! Stop it! If you weren't like that, I just kept throwing things at her. Satoko curled up to protect herself and cried harder. At that point, oh look, guess who intervened? I knew this bitch, Rika Furude, one of Satoko's only friends. Stop hurting her, she's in a poor situation. Stop hurting her. Doesn't matter how pathetic she is, she shouldn't rely on Satoshi all the time. Stop spoiling her. He has to suffer so much because of her. Stop hurting her. Rika also became the target of my anger. I'm trying to teach her something here. If you keep getting in the way, I'll crack your fucking head open. So I grabbed a chair and lifted it over my head. Wouldn't hurt it, only a little if I threw this thing at them. Dude, holy shit, do you know how much a chair would damage you? Rika ended up closing her eyes and covered Satoko. I didn't care what the consequences would have been, and I didn't care if I hurt them. But now Rina intervenes, stopping Mi-chan. Well, Shion as Mi-chan. Remember, Shion is going undercover as Mion because they look the same. And right now, Shion is trying to go as Mion so that she can understand what the hell is going on with Satoshi. So right now, Shion is being addressed as Mion, as it should, according to Shion's plan. Rena returned to the classroom and shouted at me. And then Satoshi, he is pissed! Seeming to have grasped the situation immediately, he charged straight in at me. Until my body hit the locker, I didn't even know what the hell happened. All I heard was a loud crashing noise. Apparently I left a dent in whatever it was. Oh wait, the locker. So I crouched in pain. Satoko, are you alright? And there's Satoko crying to Nini. Pushing Rika aside and jumping at her brother, and continued to cry. What the fuck happened? Why were you treated like that? The hell? I didn't do anything, but Mion said she suddenly... I didn't do anything! But apparently... boy, is Shion gonna have a fucking hard time with Mion. Wonder how Mion's gonna cover up this fucking mess. Shit. What the hell's going on, Mion? He shouted at me, clutching his sister. He looked fierce. It's just, what did Satoko do to deserve this? What did we do? Why do we always have to suffer like this? Fucking why? It really Satoko and rushed up to me, grabbing me by the neck. You should ask myself, didn't you? Why don't you ask yourself? What do you mean? I know you feel she's a burden on you. You always have to suffer because of her. You know that, right? If she were stronger, you wouldn't have to suffer. She's the only one to blame. I don't believe what I said was wrong. But after hearing it, Satoshi went berserk. What the hell do you know? He grabbed my hair and threw me to the wall like I did with Satoko. Woohoo! Hey, revenge a bitch. I don't think he did that in the anime. But then again, it's been a while ago. Probably in post, I'll see it. But I wasn't going back down. I no longer have any control over my emotions at all. You spent so much time protecting her, and she never stopped relying on you until you stopped doing that. The hell you know? The hell do you know about us? You persecuted our parents, now it's us. That's the way of the Sonozaki family, isn't it? Torture traitors for the fun of it. Is it fun to you? Is it funny? Am I a funny guy for you to bully us? What the fuck? And then a shout. And that was Retta, begging us to stop. Stepping in, a fierce demon. Satoshi, please, Bichan doesn't have any bad intentions. She wanted to help you. She just lost control a little. Okay? He looked like he wanted to say something back, but he chose not to. Otherwise, Rena the demon might fuck her up. Or fuck him up. Hell, she'll fuck anybody up. You too, Min-chan. I know how much you worry about him. But you can't solve the problem like with violence. You'll understand, right? Satoshi didn't say anything, so I kept quiet. Like I said, Rena the demon might fuck you up. So, back to Satoko, huh? I need to put this fucking... I had headphones on, but thankfully I pretty much put enough to where it'll sync up with the audio coming from this microphone. So, alright. Here's Satoko. You don't have to cry just because you dropped your bento box, alright? Feel better now? Satoko, let me pick up the bento. Satoko continues to cry, crocodile tears. Well, not really. I mean, fucking Satoko is fucking broke as hell. Broke ass home, all because of a bunch of old farts. You all know the history. You should by now. Rika started to pick up the bento box as the owner continued to cry. Guys, can you help us clean it up? Teacher will be back from the vegetable garden soon. This quarrel is over. Don't tell anyone about it, okay? So the classmates looked at each other and nodded, and started picking stuff off the floor. Here, Satoshi, Mi-chan, why don't you guys shake hands as a sign of reconciliation? Sorry, I didn't mean to do this. Tears started to roll down my cheeks again. I'm sorry, too. You have nothing to do with our family situation. What was that? Noise is coming from upstairs. Strange. I'm sorry. Okay, Mi-chan, why don't you apologize to Satoko? What? All's fine with apologizing to Satoshi, but her? No. The situation wouldn't be settled otherwise, though, so I reluctantly apologized. She nodded, looking a little discouraged. After that, Rena let me go. My head ached, and I held it with both hands. What the hell was that? What did I do? I didn't want to use this precious time to fight, but you did. Sis had warned me, told me I shouldn't talk to Satoshi just like that. What did I come here for? Apparently for fucking fighting. I shouldn't have come here if I knew this was going to happen. Stupid. You are really stupid, Shion. Huh, thanks for saying that for me. I was overcome by emotions because I was so worried about him. When did things go wrong? Were they wrong from the start? I don't know. I got into a fight with Satoshi. Oh, you did a lot worse. This was totally the opposite of what I wanted, and I regretted it. I hated myself for it. I couldn't blame myself enough. My world had been torn apart. I wished the sky would fall and kill me. Sis sounded both amazed and confused. You know, I'm busy with the festival preparations, but you certainly made things more complicated. Sorry. She tried to say something, but stopped in the middle. After listening to a few complaints, I started telling her about everything that happened. She had to pretend that the trouble I caused today was her responsibility, which must have been very taxing. So I won't get the chance to trade spots for a while. Hey, I think you should be more aware of the hassle I have to go through. Yeah, you're right. Sis had been sympathetic, but maybe I pushed her too far this time. Of course, she'd be hesitant to trade spots considering what I did today. The atmosphere felt awkward, so we were both silent for a while. If you were to get another chance, what would you do, Shion? That was a reasonable question. I wasn't prepared to answer, though. If I had the chance to go to the school once again and see Satoshi, what would I do? Would I apologize to him about today? I don't think that'll work. That might even upset him again, no matter how hard I tried. Okay, here's something that he was saying. The Sonozaki family had been harassing his. It'd only be natural for him to hold a grudge against us. But why was he only expressing that now? I've been a Sonozaki to him all along. Satoshi stroked my head even though he knew I was Mion. Sis, do you think Satoshi is holding a grudge against the Sonozaki family? I think so. It was our family that initiated the persecution of the Hojo family, making them scapegoats. Even after the damn conflict, it wasn't easy for the Hojo family to live in Hinamizawa. Given all of that, it's not surprising that Satoshi hated us, the Sonozaki family, who put his family in a devastating situation. But why now? Why is he only expressing that grudge to us now? Why is this happening now? If he wanted to... If he rejected me in the first place, I wouldn't have wanted to get close to him. My tears wet my cheeks. I didn't bother to wipe them. It's only natural for him to hold a grudge against the Sonozakis. Nothing unusual about it. Rather, why has he been treating me like a friend? I knew how stupid this question was. I think it's because he was mature. I can't understand it. And then she cries. He'd been treating me as a friend because he was mature? Now that he becomes stressed mentally and physically, he decided to reject me. No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't find anything to fault him with. If there were somebody to blame, it'd be somebody I never accused before. Why did the hag decide to persecute the Hojo family? Wait, hold on. It was his parents who supported the damn project, right? Satoshi has nothing to do with it. Why was he included? Why? Mion couldn't say anything. Actually, it wasn't at all hard to guess the reason. The hag didn't give any specific order to harass the Hojo family. She just thought the Hojo family was getting in the way. The people around her noticed what was bothering her and took steps to get rid of it. Of course, she must have known how influential her own words were. She didn't just think it, she gave what she must have known would have been interpreted as an order. She's the one to blame to initiating the attack on the Hojo family. You said before the Furude priest wasn't mature because he didn't cooperate, right? Is this the same scenario? The Hojo family wasn't mature enough because they didn't act in accordance with the other villagers? Is that why the hag decided to punish them? Huh? Mion couldn't say anything in return, meaning my accusation was the truth. They already punished the Hojo couple. Feel free to bring him to the torture room in the garden and chop their fingers off or something. But leave Satoshi-kun alone. He has nothing to do with this. What did he do to deserve this? And what did he do wrong? I love an answer. Mion. Are you still there? Oh, very well. Please take care of the matter. Goodbye. He suddenly changed the tone and hung up. She must have done that to escape from my questions, and I was furious. I started redialing, but then I remembered that we decided she'd hang up the phone after using that phrase when she saw the hag coming in. I doubted she actually saw the hag, but it was the rule, so I couldn't call for a while. I went to the bathroom to wash my face and cool down. I turned the faucet. The water felt lukewarm. It didn't help me cool down at all. I've discussed it in my own childish. I just wanted to fill my void. I didn't care about him. Concerning that, Satoshi's been very generous, but I don't know if I can forget Satoko. That's a different story. Notebook page 26. Yeah, we're at the halfway mark or the end mark of this chapter. I was looking up at the ceiling with my arms and legs spread out. It's not that I was getting hungry. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live in the school dorm. That meant I had to cook something myself when I wanted to eat. I knew that, but I didn't feel like getting up. It had been several days since I began this empty life. It must have been tomorrow. The Watsunagashi festival, I mean. I heard the doorbell ringing. I ignored it at first, but it rung persistently. I started hearing knocking alongside Kakashi's rude voice. Shion, please open up. I brought some food for you. I didn't ask him to. Must have known that I hadn't eaten enough and I'd been feeling down lately. You haven't eaten, haven't you? No, I'm not hungry. But when Kasai put the food on the table, I don't know why I fucking mispronounced that. Man, this must have been fucking ages. But when Kasai put the food on the table, my stomach reacted in a very primitive way by making some noises. Thank you for telling me that. Your fucking Steam notifications. Your stomach is growling. I believe you need to eat. I was hungry, but I had no appetite. I mean, I did have one, but I didn't have the energy to eat. Yet I feel bad wasting the food Kasai had brought. I picked up my chopsticks just to humor him. I thought you were marked by the hag. Is that okay for you to be here? Oryu is busy with festival preparation meetings. She doesn't seem to have time to deal with you right now. Didn't you like croquets? They're good. Thanks. While I nibbled on the food, Kasai read through the magazines I brought. Have you, I never talked to Kasai about something like this before. Since I've always believed myself superior to him psychologically, I hesitate to show my weaknesses to him. The kind of hardship is healthy for your age. Hey, did you know about that? Mion told me a little about it. She said she wanted me to assist you. She did, huh? She looked worried. Your sister is looking out for you. Without responding, I threw the last croquet in my mouth. I thought you might want to know how Satoshi Hojo is doing. I've gathered some information. Would you like me to report? Not necessary, but since you went through all the trouble, I better listen. Kasai chuckled, but stopped quickly as if thinking it rude. Oops. Ow. I wonder how that will affect the recording. It seems Teipei Hojo fled the premises. Oop, did this. Oh, come on. I'm knocking shit over. Mostly my microphone, and I don't need that. He seems to be staying at his mistress's place in Okinomiya. Teipei? Who's that? Is he Satoshi's uncle? They're on Tame Hojo, Satoshi and Satoko's. Their aunt, Tame Hojo, Satoshi, and Satoko are the only ones living in the house right now. Ever since Tame learned that Teipei had fled to his mistress, she's been in a foul mood. So that must mean that the aunt is being even more nastier to the two of them, and Satoshi has taken more indirect blows. I don't know about Satoshi, but I heard Satoko's looks very miserable. Neighbors are spreading rumors. So if Satoko's miserable, Satoshi must be going through equally miserable torture. Can't you do something about that aunt? Does anyone talk about punishing her? She's also one of the remaining Hojos after all. The uncle's gone, so why not the aunt? The main Sonozaki family ruled against further harassment towards the Hojo family after the death of the couple. They say the police still might be staking out their house due to suspicions about the couple's death. Their deaths have been filed under Oryoshiro-sama's curse, so the Sonozaki family thinks no further divine intervention is necessary. He put on a faint smile. Come to think of it, it is hard not to suspect the involvement of the Sonozaki family in all incidents said to be Oroshiro's curse. Somebody strives to get rid of the hag's concerns on the day of the festival. Furthermore, the Watanagashi festival is going to be held tomorrow. Will the curse strike again this year? If so, who will be the victim? Now that I think about it, there were cases of multiple victims in the past. The first and third year was just one, but the second year, the victims turned into a couple. So it wouldn't be too strange if two people fell victim this year. Seems like a good time. It'd be best for Satoko and her aunt to be the victims. Satoshi will be freed from every source of his worries all at once. Kasai, do you know if this year's victims has been selected already? Does the Hab make the decision? If so, Sis should know about it by now. Kasai, do you know anything? Shion, I don't know anything about that matter. Well, that makes sense. That kind of secret won't make its way to you. You're just small fry. True, I've never received any information regarding that from my connections, but as you know, the Sonozaki family has access to many underground organizations, which I have no channels into. Maybe I can ask Sis about it, but she won't talk. She's strict about keeping promises, unlike me. If the hag told her to keep it a secret, she'd take it to her grave. Damn, I hope Satoko and her aunt will go missing this year then. Kasai, I just thought of that. Aren't you going to do something about it? Shion, you must be joking. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I took a glimpse at Kasai. It didn't look like he was actually going to do something to make my wish come true. I wasn't able to go through the village myself. Or as myself. So I'm not going to the festival. I didn't care about that. Even so, I was interested in who was going to end up as the victim of the curse. If I just keep lying on this couch playing hooky, somebody would fall victim in several hours. I have no clue why it had to happen every year, but I was certain that Hag was behind it. Yeah, all the enemies of the dam conflict have been punished. Only the Hojo couple was left since most of the other enemies are gone. The cicadas were crying so loudly outside, it made me feel hot. Why was it this hot and humid in June? But honey, it's June. It's summer. Take it from a guy who's living in Indiana. June and July are always fucking hot. So is August. So is September. If Oyashiro-sama was actually punishing people, I prayed for one thing. I prayed that the evil aunt would be punished, and I'd offer up Satoko as a sacrifice. Oh god, it's hot. When I woke up, Kasai was already gone. Looks like he cleaned the table and the surrounding room. Put my dirty laundry in a hamper in front of the washing machine. Being a girl of a sensitive age, I didn't want a man to clean my room. I'd rather thank him than badmouth him. I looked at the clock. Late afternoon. I had to go grocery shopping. There was nothing left in the fridge. I'd be having just rice for dinner if I didn't go. At that moment, the phone rang. Must be Kazai, I thought. I did hope it was him. He could have brought more food, so then I wouldn't have to go shopping. Well, I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going out after all. But it wasn't Kazai on the phone. Sis, where are you calling from? The house? No, I'm calling from a payphone. God, I wish I have a payphone. So I'll make it quick. Satoshi called me. Wait, he did? He called you? It probably wasn't me he wanted. He called you, I think. It sounded like he wanted to apologize for what happened the other day, so I thought you should take the call. I told him that I'd call back because I was busy. So can you call this number? Okay. Hope to God he doesn't have caller ID. Shit. And something dropped. During recording. Fuck me. Oh well. I'm not lying to you guys. I'll keep it in. I was stunned for a second, but then recovered and wrote down the number on the back of a magazine. Thanks, I'll call right away. Good, he's been extremely stressed these days. Don't think he'll listen to me anymore, but I think he'll listen to you. She could have pretended to be me and handled it, but she passed it over to me. Thanks, Mion. See ya, Shion. Before she hung up, I put the handset down. Then after a second, I dialed the number in the flash. I heard the dial tone 3 times. 4 now. And then there he was. Hojo residence. He sounded like an adult. His voice sounded a bit tired, but definitely was that voice I loved. I got scared. I was scared he might be sulky again. If I mentioned my name, I couldn't open my mouth for a while. Is that you, Satoshi? I'm sorry that I called you so suddenly. Are you okay now? That was the Satoshi Kon I knew. He didn't sound cold like the other day. Yeah, I'm okay now. Good. After that, he went silent. I felt the urge to start a conversation. It wasn't fair. He was the one who called in the first place. But then again, he finally spoke. I'm truly sorry for what happened the other day. I'm sorry too. You don't have to apologize because I was the one in the wrong. If this were a face-to-face conversation, he would be stroking my head. Sad just talking to him over the phone. I won't forgive those people who forced us into this situation. You might be close to them, but it was never you personally. I want to apologize. No, please don't. I was selfish and didn't try to understand your situation very well. We apologized to each other a few times. Are you alright, Satoshi? You're working and you're under a lot of stress. Isn't that too much to handle? I quit my job, since I have enough money now. You did? That's good. You don't have to push yourself anymore. That's really good. He tried to say something, but he dropped it instead. Satoko has it far worse than me. Seems like it. Is she alright? Does she look alright to you? He suddenly sounded upset. I'd messed up. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I was so stupid. I ruined this miraculous conversation with him. Satoshi didn't respond, so I stopped apologizing. She was tortured and she was literally torn up. And everybody abandoned her. Everybody did. I didn't. I tried to calm him down. I hated what I just said because of how hollow it sounded. I have no idea what to say next, and I felt guilty. Satoshi was desperate to protect Satoko from their evil aunt, but I'd wish Satoko would die tomorrow because of this curse. I was trampling on his desperate hope. Satoko can't take it anymore, so he cut himself off in the middle, and then went quiet. Must have been chosen his words carefully. And then, well, his words are hollow. I mean, I wanted to have fun for one night. What do you mean? The Wanda Nagashi Festival's tomorrow, isn't it? I want you to take her there. Yeah, I could do that, but why? She's exhausted. I think she'd be happy if she could get away from our aunt, even for just one night. But why? Why? It's not that I didn't understand why he wanted her taken to the festival. What I didn't understand is why he was asking me to. Was there any reason he couldn't take her there himself? There's a hunch he might disappear, so I kept asking. What do you mean, why? Why don't you take her yourself? He fell silent. He isn't good at lying or keeping secrets. It's clear he wanted to hide something. I just have some stuff I need to take care of with my work tomorrow, so I can't go to the festival. Fucking liar. But he was also stubborn. He won't admit it if I accused him. Mion, could you take her there tomorrow? I wouldn't want to look after Satoko, even at his request. But I'm also glad he's relying on me. I know it's ridiculous to ask for your help after that incident, but you're the only person I can turn to now. I don't know what to say. I did know, though, that I wasn't going to turn down his request. Okay, but just for tomorrow, alright? I hope you'll keep looking after her. What are you saying? I won't do that, just for tomorrow. He sounded as if he was going to disappear tomorrow. I didn't like the sound of that, so I intentionally sounded sulky. We talked about trivial stuff for just a little while. When the conversation was almost over, Satoshi asked someone else. Hey Mion, I really hate asking this since you might think I'm crazy for saying, but... what is it? You don't believe in it, right? Believe in what? In Oyashira's curse? What are you talking about, Satoshi? His curses. He curses those who leave the village, right? That's the rule. Every kid in the village knows that. That's the rule. What's with that suddenly? Are you planning to leave? So I was kidding. I wanted him to deny it. I'm not thinking about that anymore. He admitted he had thought of it. I guess Rena told me that much. That's good. You're not leaving the village. No, but I haven't been forgiven yet. Wait, what? Satoshi tried to say something, but hesitated. He was breathing so heavily. Was he sick? Hey, do you feel alright, Satoshi? Sorry, I'm fine. I guess you're tired. Think you should get some rest. He sounded distinctly more sickly from when the conversation started. He breathed heavily when punctuating his words. He repeated his question. Mion, one more time. I'll ask you, do you believe in Oyashira's curse? What do you want me to say? Could I make him feel relieved with my answer? How the hell am I going to respond? The answer was simple. There's no curse. There can't possibly be. I don't know what's bothering him, but I wanted to make him feel better just laughing his worries away. But he fell silent. I couldn't tell if he was happy with my answer or not. One thing was certain. I didn't make him feel any better. Sorry I asked such a weird question. Sorry. I feel like I let him down, so I apologized in a rush. Whether it's a real curse or somebody's conspiracy, I won't disappear, and I will not fall victim for it. You're not going to disappear? No. Not until I buy that teddy bear. I'll get the money soon. I won't go anywhere until then. He chuckled. I know he was trying to relieve me, but it worked the opposite way. He sounded as though he didn't care what would happen after he bought that bear. Oh, my aunt is home. I have to go. Okay. Mion? Even though he wanted to hang up the phone because his aunt is coming back, he took a breath to tell me something important. I'll leave Satoko to you. I should have said yes right away, but I still couldn't forgive her. I just kept quiet. Forget what I said. Bye. Oh? He was obviously disappointed. What had I done? I wanted to apologize. I wish I could. But it was too late. The dial tone left no doubt. Now that was depressing. Indeed it was. Now what? Ooh, a new tip. A torn diary. We'll wrap up this recording. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me that I was going to be the victim of the curse this year, so I'm going to disappear soon. There'll be nobody left to take care of Satoko. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me that I don't have much time, that I won't stay as myself for much longer, so I have to make the best of the days I have left. What could I leave for Satoko? She wanted a huge teddy bear. She wanted a peaceful life, which nobody would bully her. I whispered to the person at my back, bestow your violent nature and formidable strength upon me. I want your peaceful mind, filled with hatred. Was that Satoshi's diary? Looks it. Gonna save here. And then probably do another recording so that way I won't be so slacky.